intense on the defensive end, had 2 steals, had the block going coast to coast. What's he kind of telling you guys to do on the defensive end?
No, he told us we was being soft, and I mean we were in a sense because they was getting anything they wanted, drive, 3-pointers. They was getting everything they wanted, and they was kind of bullying us on both ends of the floor. So his pitch was just we were being soft, and we had to change it.
A couple of weeks ago after a football game, Coach Brown said that he had told everybody, get the ball to Josh Downs because he was the best player on the field, just feed him. Was there a similar thing in the second half with Mondo that, you didn't get him involved in the first half? Let's feed this guy. Let's get him the ball and get him going.
Yeah, we knew we had the mismatch down low. And he's been doing that, his whole career. So he got it going in the second half, and we was looking for him every time down. So that's what he does, and that's what I expect him to do. And I'm proud that he showed up in the second half.
How good that dunk at the end feel? That little exclamation point.
For sure.
Coming out in the first half, the guy you were guarding, he had 14, but in the second half, he had 4 points, you had 2 steals. First half, he was kind of jarring with you, doing some antics after the threes, and then in that second half, you kind of got him back. You had 15 points in the second half. How good did it feel to kind of, get your punch back, finish the job off on the defensive end and the offensive end in the second half?
Yeah, that was unacceptable of me in the first half for him to, kind of get those, bully ball points. And, I just had Coach told me like I was being soft, and I had to change it in the second half, and I took it personal to do that.
Caleb, it looked like with about 7 minutes left, you had that poke away on the defensive end, took it down, scored with that underhand layup, and from there, never really got closer than 7 or 8. What did sort of going through your head during that sequence? What did you see on both sides of the floor?
We was just kind of taking control of the game, and as far as on both ends of the floor, we put our foot down, and we just kept putting our foot on their neck, and we never let up.
You're obviously a very energetic player. When you make a defensive play like that, and you're streaking down the court in transition, what does that feel like?
I'm looking for it to make the best play, and whether that's me scoring or me finding my teammates, that's what I'm gonna do.
How complete would you say this game was for you in terms of the offense, defense?
I got to stop settling on threes, I feel like I played a complete game as far as on both ends of the floor in the second half, rather than the first half. But I got a lot to get better at.
How do you guys channel that second half? It's just 2 games in, but that was what we expected, right?
Right. We just, like I said, we put our foot on their neck, and we stopped letting them do whatever they wanted to do on both ends. And once we did that, the game was over with.
So nobody yelled at Armando? RJ was saying, I asked him if anybody raised their voice at halftime. Like, what was it like?
Nah, we was just telling him, he only had 1 shot attempt in the first half, and that's not him. And he kind of faded away in the first half, but what he does is what he does in the second half, and I'm proud of him for that.
And you play around though at the same time.
It's the first 2 games.
Sure.
They got the best of us in the first half, but first 2 games we go back to the drawing board. We'll be better next year.
Armando is. Oh, sorry. Just one more question. Armando is pretty hard on himself just now about how he played, and he wants to be a leader for you guys. How do you feel about hearing that from him?
That's what he is. That's what he's always been, and that's him stepping into that leadership role for us. And just him saying that shows how mature he is, and how much he wants out of himself, and for him to be better for this team. So for him to say that is great.
The spark was true off the bench. It seemed like after he drew that offensive foul, he's guarding guys 30, 40 feet from the basket. Defensively, how much did he spark you guys, especially your play?
Great. He's one of the best defenders in the country, I believe, and just for him to do that and give us that spark off the bench is great for us because it gives us energy.
You couldn't resist that last dunk, it seemed like, huh?
Nah, I had to dunk.
Were they upset in the handshake line about that? Was that?
I don't know what was going on. I was trying to calm everybody down.
Sure. Yeah, it kind of caught me by surprise too.
How much were you jawing with the blonde guy?
He was talking as soon as his first bucket. So at the beginning of the game, he was talking the whole game, and so was their bench. So if we want to do that, we just gonna take that up on the court.
It looked like he was pretty much keeping it up throughout the whole game.
Yeah.
But you kind of feed off that, though, don't you?
Yeah, for sure. He got the best of me in the first half, but I took it personal the second half to lock him down because Coach kind of came at me and said, in a sense, that I was being soft, and I took that personal, so I believe I held him to 4 points.
Which coach said that to you?
Coach Davis.
You kind of mentioned when you put your mind to it, you can pretty much do whatever you want on the court. What leads you to kind of lock in like how you did today and just dominate in the second half?
playing my hardest and, making the right plays, doing what's best for the team. And whatever coach needs me to do, I'm going to try to do it at the best of my ability.
You were more aggressive offensively in the second half as well. Is that part of the conversation with Coach Davis, or?
He just wanted me to attack downhill. He said he doesn't feel like any guard can guard me or anybody can guard me going downhill. And so when I do that, I feel like I'm kind of unstoppable.
2 years ago when you were a freshman, a lot of those shots in the lane when you're driving, you didn't really get the shot off that much. How much stronger are you now, and how much is that a product of why you're getting those shots off? You're getting the N1s, you're getting that thing to bank through.
Just being in the weight room with Jonas, and he kind of got me right this summer, and I kind of took that in a sense to where I had to get stronger. Playing at this level, you got guys that's strong like bowling in a sense. So just being in the weight room and taking that serious, and I got stronger this summer.
Is it something now when you drive, you get a guy in your hip, you're getting something off as opposed to before?
Yeah, I kind of know when he's on my hip that I can get past him, and then it's just me and the big, and if the big steps up, I'm gonna drop it off to him.
One last quick question: the bench gave you guys some production in the first half. I think DeMarco had a couple buckets. Tyler had some stuff. Tyler was driving to the lane. Just kind of discuss what those guys gave you.
They just they got confidence in themselves, and I believe in them as well as they believe in themselves. And them doing that is best for us because everybody they got to play everybody different because them being on the court doing what they got to do to score and make plays for others is great.